For so many of us, the day just doesn't kick off until we've had that first cup of coffee, right? It's our ritual, it's our comfort, it gets us going. But what if I told you that your daily brew is actually in this delicate dance with one of your body's most important minerals? Well, today we're going to dive deep into that connection, coffee, potassium, and what it all means for your health. So let's just get right into it. That cup of coffee you're holding, is it secretly helping you out with a much-needed nutrient, or is it kind of quietly messing with your body's essential electrolyte balance? Well, the answer, as you're about to see, is a little bit of both. To really get what's going on with coffee, we have to start with potassium itself. And it turns out a lot of us are walking around with a pretty major nutritional gap. And yeah, our modern diets are pretty much to blame. Okay, get ready for this number. 4,700 milligrams. Yeah, 4,700. That is how much potassium adults should be getting every single day. And honestly, that's a lot. And when you think about our modern diets, full of processed foods that are packed with sodium but seriously lacking in potassium, well, it's no surprise that most of us just aren't even getting close to that number. So why does this matter so much? Just how important is potassium? Well, think of it like one of your body's master electricians. It's absolutely fundamental for nerve signals, muscle function, and that includes your heart and keeping your fluids balanced. This stuff isn't just a nice to have, it is absolutely essential. And here's the thing, when you don't get enough, your body will definitely let you know. Even a small shortfall can lead to that feeling of fatigue, weakness, or those super annoying muscle cramps. And in more serious cases, it can even affect your heart rhythm. Just recognizing these signs is a huge first step in understanding why this balance is so crucial. And this is where our beloved coffee comes in. It introduces this really fascinating paradox. It's both a source of potassium and something that can mess with how our body uses it. So here's the deal. On one side, a regular 8-ounce cup of coffee has around 116 milligrams of potassium. Now, if you have a couple of cups a day, that actually starts to add up, right? It can help chip away at that big nutritional gap we just talked about. But on the other side of the coin, we have research showing that caffeine can cause a temporary dip in your blood potassium levels. So which is it? Is it helping or hurting? What is really going on here? All right, to solve this little paradox, we need to roll up our sleeves and look at the science to see exactly how caffeine is interacting with our body's incredibly fine-tuned systems. First things first, let's just bust a really common myth. For years, we've all heard that coffee is this major diuretic that's just going to dehydrate you. But look, a huge body of research has pretty much debunked that. For a moderate regular coffee drinker, we're talking up to about 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. The liquid in the coffee itself actually counts towards your daily hydration. So that's good news. Now for a quick vocab lesson. The clinical term for low blood potassium is hypokalemia. A healthy potassium level is somewhere between 3.5 and 5.0. When it drops below that, it can become a serious medical problem. And this is the condition we need to keep in the back of our minds when we talk about caffeine. So let's look at the actual data. In one study, they gave people a 400 milligram dose of caffeine. That's about what you'd get in 4 cups of coffee. And check this out. Their blood potassium levels took a noticeable dip from 4.4 down to 3.9. Now, it's still in the normal range, but it's a real measurable decrease. And at the same time, look what happened to their sodium. The amount they got rid of through urine shot way up. Okay, so what's causing that dip in blood potassium? Well, it's not mostly because you're peeing it out. The main reason is something scientists call a cellular shift. What happens is that caffeine encourages your body to move potassium out of your bloodstream and into your cells. So the potassium is still in your body, it's just temporarily moved to a different spot. And this is the really crucial point. While caffeine does cause this temporary shift, the risk of developing dangerous hypokalemia is linked to extreme, and I mean extreme intake. We're talking more than 1,000 milligrams a day. That's like 10 cups of coffee or more. So for the average moderate coffee drinker, this is really not a major concern. So that brings us to the most important part, right? The practical stuff. How can we keep enjoying our coffee, get that little potassium boost from it, and make sure our overall electrolyte balance stays right where it needs to be? Well, it all comes down to being a little more mindful. It all boils down to 3 super simple steps. Seriously, that's it. Number 1, moderation. Keep your coffee habit in check. Number 2, and this one is the real game changer, you've got to consciously pair your coffee with foods that are loaded with potassium. And finally, number 3, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Just drink plenty of good old-fashioned water all day long. This chart really puts it all into perspective. A cup of coffee gives you that 116 milligrams, but look what happens when you pair it with other things. A cup of skim milk? Whoa, that has more than 3 times that amount. A serving of non-fat yogurt? That has over 5 times the potassium. So pairing your coffee with a potassium-rich breakfast is just a brilliant, brilliant strategy. And you've got so many great options. I mean, think about having a banana with your morning coffee, or maybe some avocado toast, a spinach salad for lunch. These foods are absolute potassium powerhouses that will easily offset any tiny effects from your coffee and help you nail that daily 4,700 milligram goal. All right, let's tie this all together. What's the final word here? What should you take away about your daily coffee ritual and your body's delicate balance? The big idea here is not to be scared of your coffee or to feel like you have to restrict it. It's all about embracing balance. See your coffee as just one piece of a bigger puzzle, a mindful, nutrient-rich diet. It can actually contribute to your potassium intake, and when you pair it wisely, you create this incredible synergy for your health. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. Now that you know your coffee can actually be part of the solution to this whole potassium problem, how are you going to rethink your morning ritual? Maybe it's as simple as grabbing a banana with your brew or adding a scoop of yogurt. It's really just about being a little more mindful of that powerful connection hiding in every single cup.